What's going on, everyone, and welcome back to the Moving Podcast. We're here for our weekly cast with Brooklyn Amaral.
Buckle up for this one.
So this is Brooke's idea, which I like. And you can tell it's her idea because it's all about negativity.
No way. No, this is just a spicy one. When I told you, you were like, yes, that's
I was
so
excited.
good.
I was excited.
I mean, I think a lot, it's just. Yeah,
Lead in with it. What is it? What are we talking about?
We're talking about our pet peeves in the health, fitness industry,
Yes.
social media world.
Yes. So I usually start by saying this is going to be a short podcast.
This
I think
one's an
this
hour.
one could be 4 hours.
Yeah.
Especially if so we don't know. I don't know what you're saying. You don't know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Especially when we are very similar in our beliefs around health and nutrition. So I bet you I'm going to be triggered by a lot of the ones that you say as well.
You know one of mine for sure. You can probably say it.
Yeah. So we'll go like you, me.
You want me to start?
So you're going to start being authoritative today.
Okay. What do you think it is? I just want you to guess.
I'm going to guess something about tracking.
No.
Oh.
No, my first one is about, it's not about nutrition.
Oh, okay.
It's about, okay, I'm just going to say it because this is the honest hour here. My pet peeve. I posted about it on social media.
Just fucking say it. I'm dying here. What is it?
It's the ass shots.
Oh,
So
I was
that
not
surprised
expecting
you?
that.
Do you think I was going to keep that away?
That does surprise
keep that
me.
opinion deep down?
Yes.
No. Okay, so let me explain here. We've talked about this before. It's just like female, I just don't understand. I guess it's, to each their own. Actually, I do understand. And let's talk about the ass shots when someone's doing like a deadlift or an RDL and where the camera is angled. It drives me nuts because most of these, and first of all, I want to say that and I'm sure I can speak for you on this too, is that these aren't personal shots at anyone,
No, yeah.
I'm not talking about one individual. We all know a million people and influencers who just point the camera in that direction. that's so uncomfortable. First of all, I could never just do that. I think that just feels weird, but I just don't understand the purpose. I think a lot of times when I see people doing it, they're like influencers or they're trying to motivate women. How the fuck are you motivating women by doing that and then putting some inspirational quote underneath? Mm-hmm. Do you know? Mm-mm. It's for views, right? It's clickbait.
1,000%.
But that's just, I just think about, I guess maybe my positions on it's differently. I said this before, that's not professional to me. That is not professional at all. And that's not, most of these people that I see doing it, women, their audience is women.
So that was going to be my question. Do you think it is?
I don't know. I don't know. There's a lot of questions out there that I think maybe their content, maybe what they are saying and writing about is for women, but they love the views from men.
Yeah.
Because I'm not looking for ass shots when I'm looking for motivation on the internet. You will not get my like.
Yeah.
I will not like your post.
No?
No.
What if I do an underneath ass shot? Like I'm squatting, but I have the camera facing up between my legs.
Oh my God, the visual. No, I'm not clicking. I am why? That's what I'm saying. Why? What is the point of this?
Yeah. I think
and they all have millions of followers. Maybe I should start.
Maybe
I just
I told you. Remember when I was telling you about the famous kettlebell shot?
Yeah.
For Lululemon.
They didn't allow that though.
No, I know. We tried.
But and I just don't understand.
What
do you have to say about it as a male? But I mean, you're also not.
I know. Even as a male, I look at that stuff and I'm like this.
Guys don't do it.
No, it doesn't do it for me.
I think you've done it on your story once. As a joke.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, as a joke.
I'll do it as a joke.
I can't even do it as a joke. I can't even do it as a joke. It just feels so weird.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
And then having someone tape it.
When you talk about ass shot, though, you mean like the angle of it's because, of course, your ass is going to be in any video that we're posting if we're doing a squats or
lunges,
whatever. But you mean like.
I mean, do not put
obvious.
that camera directly behind your ass. Anytime I do it, it's like you're getting a side view. Yeah. Right?
Never full. Never double cheek.
No,
You're
no,
never
no.
seeing a double cheek.
You will never see double cheek on my videos. Absolutely not. You're only seeing one.
Yeah, single cheek.
And you know, I have seen some people do it and they're trying to explain how to do the squat or the lunge. No one's getting a visual and technique there.
Yeah.
It bothers me.
No, I would agree. I think the whole, this wasn't one of mine, but now it's triggered probably one of the biggest ones of mine.
Tell me.
Is around that whole influencer space where they're positioning themselves as professionals or like they're there to help people make a change, but they're not painting the full picture. Like, so for example, it'll be these girls with these massive asses, okay? And they're like, yeah, all we do is run or do Pilates. And it's like, I'm sorry, but you don't build an ass like that from doing that.
Yeah.
You do that from things like proper nutrition, strength training. I guarantee
strength training.
You're doing RDLs, you're doing hip thrust. You're not doing running and just cycling. So that's like, it's the half truths that drive me really crazy, or like around nutrition. Oh, see, now this is what I mean. This podcast
is this like, a good leeway into your first one?
It's not at all.
Okay.
So this is what I mean. This is gonna be long. With like nutrition, it drives me crazy. Oh, this is a big one. This might have to like bump out some of my other ones.
We can do 4 each.
No. Okay. So when you have, you know, some of these individuals that are very fit, okay, like visual 6-pack. Okay.
Okay.
And then they talk about how they only intuitively eat. That drives me fucking crazy, because it might be true that person currently is intuitively eating,
but
I guarantee you they at least understand the basics of nutrition.
For sure.
They understand what a calorie deficit, maintenance, calorie surplus looks like. So the reason I think that is the most dangerous thing that is being shared when it comes to health and nutrition is because then you have millions of people who look up to said individuals and they're like, okay, well, they intuitively eat, meaning they eat whatever they want. So I'm going to eat whatever I want. I see them eating chips and candy and all this, so I can do that. And it's like, yes, you can, but that person has been around this for a very long time. They understand the ins and outs of it. That's like, oh.
You don't intuitively eat the right amount of protein without having tracked and mastered it.
Or
then
understand.
It's intuitive.
Yes.
You can't just start intuitive.
Oh, God. I should have put whiskey in here.
You should have.
I
should have put some Baileys in here.
There is Baileys in there. Let's be honest. We can't lie to the people.
So we went from ass shots to ass nutrition.
Yeah. Ass shots, though. Yeah. No, it's...
But you know what? I think about, maybe some people don't find that unprofessional. Maybe they think me swearing is unprofessional.
That's fair. Yeah. Different strokes for different folks.
Yeah. But this is about personal opinions today, and I don't like it.
I don't think I've ever, maybe I've probably said this to you, but maybe not. One thing I do really appreciate about you, and this might, like, people who don't know you well might not see this, but one thing about Brooke is, like, she doesn't try to be someone that she's not. So, like, we're very open, and you're very open about, like, I think people should track. Like, you talk about that openly, where I think, although it's not like a scary thing to share, some people shy away from saying that, or like, we're not afraid about using the scale because we know what the scale how the scale can benefit people. So I think it's good that, like, you don't try to say things that you think are going to attract a certain person. It's like you are who you are. Like the way you talk on this podcast, the way you share stuff on your social media, like that's me behind
the scenes as well.
That it totally is. So like when, we talked about this before, but like there was a while ago where one of the questions of the day was like, who inspires you? And like your name came up so much from our members. And then that was really, really cool.
So nice.
And it's because you're genuinely you.
Thanks, Isaac.
That'll be the last nice thing I say about you. So just take
the first and last.
Clip it. That's for you.
You're going to cut it out.
100%. Anyways, back to the podcast.
Okay. Let's hear yours.
Okay. So I'm trying to think of what my first one could be. Okay. So now that I'm saying it, it's funny that I'm not as triggered as I am with the influencer nutrition one.
Yep.
But I think just a pet peeve is how people equate sweat to being a good workout, and how we will then work with that individual, and it requires so much work to actually show them that, hey, sometimes in true strength training, you're not going to be sweating your bag off. You might feel like, oh, I'm not really doing much right now, but it's like, that's okay. This is strength training.
Yeah.
So the whole idea of like, you know, you're sweating so much. You're like, oh yeah, this is the workout that I need. And I know I fall victim to that. Like I love a sweaty workout.
Yeah. Everyone loves a good sweat. That's a good thing.
For sure.
Sometimes.
But it's exactly sometimes. And I think that's the bit is like people who chase that all the time.
Yeah.
It's actually not what you need. That's not going to be sustainable for your body long term. Like you need to have a purpose to your training where, you know, we are doing some higher intensity stuff, but we're also doing some lower intensity stuff. We're doing some zone 2 work. We're doing some true strength training. So yeah, sweat doesn't necessarily equate to results.
Yeah. I think there's something about that too. That's a pet peeve of mine too. Is when people don't give the strength training enough time.
Yeah.
Right? So they're doing all the quick hit stuff a lot, and then they'll do like one strength class and be like, you know, it's too slow or it's boring.
Yeah.
But like you haven't even given your body a chance to adapt and push and feel what it's like. Strength training, the speed might be different, but it's not boring. It's actually such a huge stimulus. Like anyone who's lifted heavy can be like, holy shit, your heart rate gets up there, right? You can sweat doing back squats. You can sweat doing a press. Some people just don't give it enough time because they're just chasing that sweat.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, you got to give it more time.
100%.
Because if you're doing it right, it is hard and it's addicting in the best way.
Yeah, and it is really like, because we see it all the time. It is really hard to really explain the benefits and the whys of strength training. Like people almost need to experience the results that it provides you and not necessarily in the moment. Like when you're doing heavy back squats or heavy presses or deadlifts or whatever, it's like, yeah, in the moment it's hard, don't get me wrong, but it's doing that consecutively for months and years. That's when you're like, oh my gosh, like I think of my body. I haven't strength trained as much as I have in the past. I still do like 2 to 3 times per week, which is great. But my body composition has pretty much stayed the same because I had such a strong base going into it. So it's like, it just requires you or allows you to do really cool things with your body.
Yeah, and to truly build that muscle, right? You need to hit that stimulus. Should we even talk about what Ryan Fisher said?
Yeah.
No, all I'm going to say,
okay.
all I'm going to say is that we're not going to name names here, but we're going to say that there are a lot of things out there that are just a maintenance program and are not going to help you actually build muscle. Okay, ladies, when you say you want to tone, you want to build muscle, you want that muscle to show. Sure, you need a little bit of both. You know, you want that cardio and endurance and that quick stuff, but you also need to actually build muscle, and that starts with heavy weights.
Yeah, there's no such thing as toning your muscle. It's building muscle.
It's building muscle. You build muscle, and then you get toned because you have more muscle and less fat.
That's right.
So, moral of the story, don't be afraid of lifting weights, serious weight training. Give it some time to your body to respond, because when you see the difference that it can do to your body, maybe you won't crave the sweaty, hard-ass 45-minute workouts 6 days a week.
Yeah, and that's the thing too, right? Is like, so we know building muscle is going to keep your body in like this catabolic state where it's burning more calories throughout the day. Whereas if you're just doing cardio, you kind of lose that stimulus. So I was actually having a conversation with one of our runners yesterday who's a member here, and they're very consistent. I don't want to name names. They're very consistent 2 to 4 times per week here doing their strength training. They lift heavy and they're training for a half marathon and they're running more than they've ever ran. And they're like, I can't eat enough right now. Like my body fat percentage is lower than I want it to be. They listen to this podcast, so they know who I'm like, you know that I'm talking about you right now. And this is nothing bad. This is nothing but love. The reason that person is seeing such a crazy stimulus to their body isn't because of the running. It's because they're staying consistent with their strength training. I know that if they stop the strength training, not to say their weight will go back up, but things will start to like flatline. But it's that strength training that's making the biggest difference in their body composition. So the solution for that person is they literally just need to eat more. Like they need to eat more calories. They need to have more fat, more carbs, stuff like that. But yeah, that is 100% because of the strength training. It's not just the running. It's both of them working together.
Okay. Love it.
Okay. What's your next
My
one?
turn. Okay.
So far we've had butt stuff
Butt stuff.
and
Ass shots and
sweat.
And sweat.
Yeah.
Okay. So my next one is programs out there or people out there that will get people into their weight loss programs, or how they advertise it is, you don't need to restrict. You don't need you can eat your chocolate and your cake on this program, and you can have your wine too. Mm-hmm. That's a fucking lie. And here's why I agree with restriction. Is because anyone who is in a place who needs to lose weight or has a weight loss goal is there because they don't have any restriction. In my program, there is a period of restriction, but we don't think about it as restriction. But like, you don't have moderation in your life right now because you don't have control. You can't bring someone into a weight loss program and all of a sudden be like, okay, your problem is chips and chocolate. Well, in this program, we're just going to have it in moderation. It doesn't work like that. You need to practice discipline before you have control, or to get control and to have moderation. I think it's a great way to bring people in. But I think if you're coming into a program being like, oh, yes, I can still have my chocolate, then you're not ready for real change. If you can't fucking give up chocolate and pop and pizza or your indulgences for a short period of time, you are not ready, and you will always go back. So that's kind of what I was going to go on, but I was like, maybe I should stop myself. But restriction is important, and it doesn't have to be a bad thing, and it doesn't have to be forever. In my program, we will restrict things. Obviously, people get out of it what they put into it. So you can decide your level of discipline with it. But let me tell you, when you can take away things that aren't serving you anyways, that aren't going to make you feel any better, and you start fueling yourself with only the best foods, you really get a taste of what it's like to feel your best. And then when we go back to flexibility, you have moderation. And let me tell you, you don't want that stuff that you thought you needed at the beginning because you took it away for a little bit. It doesn't make you feel good. And when you do have it, you have a lot more control. Like, I see this every single time that I work with a client. Yes, there is a time when we're just strictly trying to eat as healthy as possible. I'm not saying that, like, you know, there are times when I've had clients that go to tons of weddings and outings and things like that. And we're out for restaurant during maybe our time of discipline. And I don't say when they go to the restaurant, order a salad with no dressing and boiled chicken. Like, you know, there's time and place for that. But for the most part, we practice discipline. When we add in that flexibility, people are in a whole different mindset.
Yeah.
You need to be okay with giving some things up, knowing that it's not forever. But I think telling people that you can eat whatever you want, and I guess, like, if you're just looking at calories in, calories out, sure, you can have cake and maybe a Big Mac and still be in a deficit. But there's a difference. Like, you are not going to feel good. Does that make sense?
Yeah, but I feel like
You don't agree with me.
I know.
Tell me. Let's have a debate here.
Yeah, no, I agree with you, but I think I'm trying to like hash it out, because I think you do give people the option of not elimination, but rather restriction. Like, I don't think you tell people you can't have this.
No. I don't. Like, when we go into that period of time, I'm not saying, okay, everybody, we're cutting out. There's no alcohol. There is no, snacks at night or treats. I don't position it like that, because I think when you go into that restrictive mindset, you want those things.
So is it more so you don't like the programs that are like kind of positioned where you don't need to change anything?
Yes.
You just need to, okay.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
There is a time and place for it, but if that's going to bring people in because they are now thinking, I don't have to give up this stuff that's causing me the problem and getting me into the position that I'm in and now,
yes.
I think that's a lie. And I think that people should have to practice that. Like, miss your chips for a few weeks. Take cheese out of your diet for 6 weeks. See how good you feel. You're not going to die. You'll probably thrive.
Yes.
So I just think that there's just like maybe some misleading things, and people will come in being like, oh, sweet, I don't have to give up my ice cream. Not forever, but you probably should for a little bit.
Yeah.
But I think then, going into that restriction period, we're not in a restrictive mindset. We're like more of the good stuff, and naturally you'll have less of the other stuff without having to tell ourselves every day, we can't have this, we can't have that.
Yes.
Because I do see a lot of things in here. It's like, you can have your wine and you can have your cake and eat it too. And you can, but like, I personally don't think that, I think that a time of restriction is important.
Yeah.
That's where, because if there's not, what are you doing different?
If you're not going to make a change, like if you're not going to change
changes,
anything,
if
then
nothing changes.
Yeah, exactly.
So
no, I would agree. Okay.
Yeah.
related to that, this isn't one of mine, but kind of off of that, another issue I have is the elimination diets. So there's too many times where I've seen people that are like, I'm going to have no sugar. And it's like, okay, cool. For how long? And they're like, forever. I'm like, that's a lie.
Yeah.
I promise
Not
you,
realistic.
you are setting yourself up for failure. And so at my old job, I think this is like one of the reasons why I fell in love with fitness. So at my old job, it's not like I'm this bodybuilder guy. Like I don't look like I'm a gym owner. You know what I mean?
What?
No, because I'm not like jacked and ripped, like huge.
You're not average looking.
I'm just fishing
Like
for
in a good way.
compliments.
I know.
Thank you.
There's my compliment, my one and only one that I'll give to you.
Mine was so much more in depth.
Mine's vain.
So-
You do look fit. Not saying you're a nice person, but you look
That's
good.
fine. I'll take it. So, like people would talk to me about nutrition and like changes that they would want to make. And I would never say anything, but there was always this one individual, and it was like 2 times while I worked with them over like a 3-year period where they're like, yeah, I'm giving up sugar. And I'm like, fuck. And like, you would see them do really well. And then they would just fall right back into the old habits. And it's like elimination diets don't work. Like you can't eliminate an entire macronutrient. You can't get rid of fat and you can't get rid of carbs. Like, so I'm thinking for a lot of keto people, yes, that could be a way of living for some people, but I don't think it should be used as like a diet tool because you're just setting yourself up for failure.
He probably was just doing this on his own journey. I feel like he didn't have
1,000%.
someone guiding
Yeah,
him and
yeah,
being
absolutely.
like, let's just be realistic about this.
Absolutely. So I'm really not a fan of elimination. So that's, I wanted to clarify because I know that's not what you're saying. You're not saying, hey, you need to give up blank and blank and blank and blank. It's like, no. Like there might be periods of time where, yeah, I'm going to challenge you to just eat off this food list. And I want you to do that just so you can feel what optimal feels like.
Exactly.
And we've definitely talked about this on the podcast, but like people will do that and they're like, holy crap, I have more energy than I've ever had. My skin looks better. My hair is better, all this stuff. And then it's like, cool. Like I know realistically, you're not going to do this for the rest of your life. You're going to have some chips. You're going to have some pizza. Like that's okay. But I always want you to like really remember this feeling and just know like if you want to be optimal, there's sacrifices, like big sacrifices that need to be made, but it is possible. And that's what this looks like.
Yeah. I think when you start to feel really good, you value that a lot differently, a lot higher than you used to. So that when you do go back to have the sugar, you don't really want it as much because you're like, this feels too good. And then, or if you do have it, you're not thinking about it, your body's going to be like, yo, you just had a lot less of me for the last little while and we don't like it.
Yeah. Okay. I like it. It's good.
Okay. Your turn.
Okay. This one will be about running just because I know I have my runner peoples that I love. So, and I don't like, I can't say this is a pet peeve because I think it's just lack of education for a lot of people who are starting to run, but it's like a little bit of a pet peeve when, people will be like, and if anyone has Strava, they'll know what I mean. People will be like, oh, easy run. And literally their pace was like their race pace. And it's like, no, it doesn't work like that. Or when people are training for a race and mainly like half marathon, and they're like, oh, you know, like I should be doing more runs like this. And everyone is trying to just do race pace runs. It's like, I'm sorry, you can't just train your race pace all the time. Like that's crazy. So I don't know why it bugs me because like I should just not care, but like I just want to try to help
yourself.
I want to try to help everyone.
Yeah.
So when I see people training for these big races and literally 80%
And you
of the
can
runs,
see their pace and be like, yo, that was not your,
1,000%.
their pace. You're like,
I've said this to Luke and I feel bad about it, but there was this one individual, I was following their journey on Strava because we were going to be doing the same race. And I obviously have a plan. I know what my build is going to look like. And this person, we were like 13 weeks out from our race, and I know they don't. I'm not fast, but like they're not as fast as I am, and their kilometers were in the hundreds 13 weeks out, and I'm like, this person is 100% going to injure themselves. Like they haven't earned that distance, like that amount of kilometers in a week yet. And then sure enough,
Did they injure themselves?
5 weeks later, injured themselves, couldn't do the race.
Did you message them and say, I told you so?
No. But I'm like, I see it all the time, right? Where people, they're just excited and they don't know how to hold themselves back. And I think that's one of the cool things about running is like, some of the hardest part is like not running all the time. Like you have to hold yourself back. Similar with weight training as well. Like resting during bits of strength training is really important. You can't just go out and
I think
bust
that
your
like
ass.
we've talked about this before, but like especially with runners and running, is nobody likes to look slow because he thinks like they don't know that this is a zone 2 run. Like I need to run this fast.
Yes.
You know, it's just like you're posting and everyone's looking and you just want to, I actually think it'd be cool to like just post all your slowest runs. So you're like, oh, I'm so slow. But then actually, you know, we know you run slow, you get faster and then
That's
you
me.
just like crush it. And they're like, yo, where'd you come from? You're like, this is how I do my training.
Yes.
Right?
Like if you look at my runs, it's horribly boring. Right? And I see it all the time. Like I'll post a zone 2 run and no one will care. And then I'll post a fast run from like a fartlek and people will be like, oh, wow, this is so cool. It's like,
There's a whole world of Strava out there, right?
yeah.
If you're not in, it's like this.
Even people, so I have quite a few new running clients that aren't like gym members. And one of the challenges I've had for them, because they would want to mark their warm up and then restart their watch to do the fast bits.
So it's not integrated into their
And
average.
I'm like, nope, you have to fucking everything. We
Yeah.
want to see it all. Who fucking cares? I'm like, if anything, do you know what's going to look more badass? Is all of a sudden no one's caring, and then you post this PR race and people are like, what the hell happened? It's like, well, now you've seen the real journey. We're not trying to hide behind the numbers. Like, go if you want, go to my Strava. You can look at my runs, and that's literally the programs that I've created for myself and for other people. Like, there's no fabricating the results.
Yeah. Okay. You want to tell us how you really feel?
No, that's good. That's good. Your turn.
Okay. Maybe this is no, it's not really a seasonal thing. I just feel like I see it more right now as we like go to fall and this like cozy season of like coffees and pumpkin spice and caramel lattes. Is I really get annoyed with the push of low cal, 0 cal drinks and things out there. Let me start by saying, if you are getting a full fat sugar frappuccino, you know, from Starbucks, you having that low cal option is obviously a better choice. But I think that people can get caught in a weight loss journey of just looking for low calorie food. And my big thing is quality over calories. People get too wrapped up in calories. Low cal, no sugar, always looking for that. So has anyone really looked at the label of something that says it doesn't have any sugar or calories in it? It's probably a list of 50 ingredients. So I think you have something to say about this, don't you?
Keep on going.
So yes, it can be a better choice, but if you're on a weight loss journey, I also think it's really important for people to just learn the practice and the skill of keeping it simple and building or cooking something simple yourself. You don't need to look for all of the low-cal fancy drinks. Sure, enjoy it every once in a while, like who doesn't? But there's more to look at than calories. That's my thing. It's quality over calories.
Yeah.
What do you have to say? What are your thoughts?
Nothing.
On that?
This is why we both exist in this world. We don't have to agree on
I know.
everything.
I want to hear your opinion though.
I don't disagree, but this is the thing, is because I don't disagree. I actually think, okay, this kind of leads into my last one.
Okay.
And I won't share it until we talk about this more, but like when people hyperfixate on the calorie-free things, but they're not fixing the stuff that actually needs to be fixed in their diet.
Okay.
So they have a Diet Coke, which is, in my opinion, probably a better option than a full-fat Coke or a normal Coke. But then they go and have McDonald's. So it's like they're having their Diet Coke with their Big Mac meal. And it's like, well, that isn't going to fix the issue.
Yeah.
Or they're like, oh yeah, like how can I eliminate calories? So like I'm going to have that 0 calorie orange mocha frappuccino thing. And it's like, well, yeah, but then you paired that up with a bagel with cream cheese. So it's like, no, not really.
Yeah.
So when they're not actually fixing the main issue that needs to be addressed, I also have an issue with that.
Yeah.
But I don't mind calorie-free things.
No?
for certain bits.
Sure. But you're also in a different situation. Like I'm talking mostly about actually, maybe people who are, well into their, fitness piece or their weight loss journey that need that reminder. But you also understand the basics of nutrition and you're not just shopping for all low-cal things. I'm thinking like for someone coming in and like, I want to lose weight, all of a sudden you're looking for all the zero-cal, zero-sugar things when just buy some fucking meat, buy some rice, buy some veg. Like there's a lot of things at Costco that are, again, a healthier choice than maybe something you're having, but also something that you could prep at home and would have half the ingredients, maybe probably even taste better.
Yeah.
But it would be required effort.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fair.
So put in more effort, make it yourself, stick to single whole food ingredients, and don't just be looking for low calorie things.
Yeah.
If you're eating from the ground, from an animal, that's going to be good. Just don't get wrapped up in everything zero cal, no sugar.
Yeah.
That's not, ingredients matter. That's all I'm going to say. Ingredients matter.
Yeah.
Every once in a while, fine. Sure, I'll go have a Diet Coke or like a calorie-free thing. But like my grocery cart is not filled with that.
Yeah.
Because I'm eating whole foods.
I think that's fair.
That's what I'm getting at.
Yeah. I think related to that too is around like carbs. Like that. So whenever someone's going on a health journey, the first thing I always just think is they're going to start to eat salads. You know what I mean? And then
yes, I have a good point about this.
They're like, okay, I'm just going to have salads and then salads and more salads. And it's like, don't be afraid of a piece of bread.
Yeah. I think also that if someone is trying to lose weight or get on a healthier journey and people are thinking about eating clean, they automatically think eat less.
Yes.
I think if you start eating clean, focused on ingredients over amount, you're already going to be eating less than the processed food that you're having. So eating clean does not mean now eliminating carbs in all your meals. My clients know this. There's been times when they'll be like, oh, I'm like really hungry around 8 p.m. And then I look at their food log. I'm like, yo, you skipped carbs in your breakfast and your lunch. Why did you do that? Mm-hmm. Maybe in the moment you weren't feeling it. Sometimes people like to ride that wave of like, oh, I'm not that hungry. I'm going to skip my carbs. And that bites you in the ass at 7 p.m. So eating clean doesn't always mean eat less. I think that's the first thing you should look at is just eating clean, better choices. And you're probably naturally going to have less anyways. I see people lose weight way before we start tracking in my program because they're eating clean. Mm-hmm. We're not counting anything, but they're already eating less. So I think that mindset shift is really important too. Just eat clean. Don't think I need to cut out all the bread. I can't have bread. You can have bread and it's fine.
Yeah. Yeah. It's that all or nothing mentality.
Yeah.
Like it's the hardest thing to do, but when someone first starts with us, we don't want them to go and throw out everything in the world in their cupboard. It's like, let's make small changes.
Yep.
Don't worry about just eating salads for the rest of your life, only having Diet Coke and like not having a calorie again. It's like, no. We're going to eliminate and make some changes, but like we're not trying to.
We also have to be, you have
realistic.
to be really realistic with the individual.
Yes.
So.
Yes. Okay. My last one, I think is a more recent pet peeve of mine. And it's like, so recovery, how people always look for the like the easiest way to recover rather than the most proven way.
I have another one. I just needed to say that. I just thought of one. Go.
So sleep is the most important thing you can do for your recovery, but it's actually really hard to be consistent with your sleep and to go to bed at the same time every day because the weekends happen and all this other stuff and you want to stay up watching The Bear or whatever it is. So then people are like, okay, I'm going to do cold plunges or sauna or red light or the massage leg thingy-mabobs. And it's like, yeah, all of those things have a place. However, like that accounts for like 1 to 5%, whereas sleep is going to account for such a larger percentage. So like, why are you putting and spending all this money here where you can literally just do this one thing for free?
People like the gadgets. You know, I'm not going to lie. I love the red light and the saunas and things.
No, and me too. And this is where I'm like trying to be careful because I do all those things and I totally believe in them. Mm-hmm. But like, it kind of goes back to one of the other points. Like, if you're eating like an asshole and you're never, being active and doing all this stuff, but then you do a cold plunge, you're not going to be healthy. Like that doesn't solve any issue.
And you sleep every day. Think about the things you could do every day for recovery. You're not like, how many people really own a sauna and a hot tub in their home? Sure, not everybody. You're not going to, and that's also extra time added in, but you're going to bed at night.
Yeah.
So make the improvement and go a half hour earlier.
Yeah.
Like you can have that impact every single day, no matter what. You're going to sleep.
Yes.
It's such a, what is it? It's like, it is simple. It's not always easy, but it's like you are literally going to sleep every day.
Yeah.
So like you could just focus on that.
Yeah. And I'm like literally today or tomorrow, I'm going to post a picture of me doing a red light bed.
Where?
MHP. I thought of you.
Oh, nice.
I thought of you. And it was on a grounding mat too.
Oh my goodness. You're grounding?
Well,
Guess what? You can do that in your backyard too.
stop telling people. Okay.
No, I love it. I knew you were going to turn a leaf.
So yeah, like those things have a place, but like I'm also anal about my sleep and all of the like drinking water, like the bigger, like I have that base. So then it's like doing these things I think is valid. And I'm not saying if sleep isn't perfect and all this stuff isn't perfect, you shouldn't go and do sauna.
Yeah, you're saying you can still benefit from that for
100%.
sure. It's just like put the focus where the thing is that you can be most consistent with.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Okay, I do have one more and I got to say it because it's actually a huge pet peeve of mine.
Yes.
People chasing fucking calories on their watch.
Oh yeah, that's a good
Ask
one.
me how many times I
That's a
have
good
looked
one.
at calories burned.
Yeah, that's a
I don't
great
give
one.
a flying F.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know why I even said F there. I've never avoided the F word before. Maybe I think I said it too much this time. Who cares? If you're someone who needs to see the calories burned after every workout, you need to get rid of your watch for a week. Because you don't, like, I know there's probably people who are like, oh shit, I've only burned like 2 calories. Like, I got to do something for another half an hour. I got to get to that marker.
Yeah.
They're inaccurate.
Up to 25%.
Yeah.
Just so people know.
And who cares? Like, focus on intensity and output and muscle mind connection and lifting and like rate of perceived exertion, not fucking calories.
Yes.
That's my thing. I did a reel on it once. Do you remember?
No.
It's funny.
Oh, maybe I did.
said, guess how many calories I burned in this workout.
Yeah.
And then I did something and I said, who the fuck cares? And Dalton actually wrote, he's like, oh, you got me on that one. Like he was waiting to see. I bet people were like, yo, how many calories did she burn in this workout? I don't know. I don't care.
Yeah.
And neither should you.
Yeah.
Watches are good for some things, but like take it off.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter.
No, it really doesn't matter.
Don't let that be your focus. Don't go and try and burn a certain amount of calories in your workout. There are way more important things to be focusing on than how many calories you're burning.
And this is my thing about one of the dangers of running is because the issue and one of the reasons why these watches are not a great indicator of how many calories you're burning is there's not a great way to tell how many calories you're actually burning from weightlifting. Because when you lift weights, not only are you burning calories during, but you're also burning a lot afterwards. Whereas when you're doing more aerobic work like running or some HIIT workouts, your watch is going to be like, yo, you are burning so many fucking calories right now. Where it's like,
and then it ends.
So then people become, exactly. So people become addicted to that. So like when I run a marathon, it's like you burnt 4,000 calories. I'm like, well.
And I feel like
sure.
if you're someone who like loves the calories so much, you're really focused on only one thing.
Yeah.
And you're focused on an outcome.
Yeah, absolutely.
Not the journey.
That's a good one. Yeah, we're good.
What are we at?
Like, I think around 40 minutes.
Okay. Not bad.
Not the worst.
Not too bad.
Shout outs?
Yeah.
Member shout outs? Mm-hmm. I'll go first. Okay. So, and I know our members have kind of seen this as well, and our coaches definitely have. So I'm doing more personal training.
Yeah, you are.
Which is, I love working with people. And I'm starting a semi-private group on Fridays.
Yes, I heard this. It's great.
So
Can I be in your group?
No.
I don't want you coaching me anyways.
The 3 individuals I'm working with all have like a running background. So one has ran every single world major. So being like, Berlin,
Wow.
London, Tokyo, Boston, like all these big ones. Another one is going to be running London this year. It'll be her first marathon. And she's just like, loves running, but needs more of the strength training. And then the other one is a triathlete. So it's just really cool to be working with individuals that all have kind of the same passion. So when we're talking about things, like everyone is just on board and understands. So one of the individuals, her name is Laura, and
Laura who?
Laura Yang.
Okay.
I just got to double check.
You're right. You are right. I know that name from our system.
Yeah.
It is Laura Yang. Yeah.
Yeah, Laura Yang. So maybe I shouldn't have said her last name. Anyways,
Why? She'll want to know that you're talking about her.
All right, yeah.
But this is
So
a
anyways.
positive shout out.
she is such a hard worker. And like, so especially when you first start to train someone, you don't like really know,
Yeah.
like, is this hard? Is this easy? What does this look like? So like you kind of build up shortly. So she's working out and I'm like, this doesn't look hard at all. Like she's not, doesn't seem phased. So I'm like, okay, like, how did that feel? She's like, oh, it felt good. I'm like, okay, let's go a little bit heavier next set. So we go a little bit heavier. And then I'm like, how'd that feel? She's like, oh, it felt okay. I'm like, okay, is this all easy? Because right now you're making this seem way too easy. And she's like, I'm dying. I'm like, you need to communicate that with me. But I just love how much of a hard worker she is and like how dialed in she is and taking things serious about this marathon.
It's great.
I think there's some people who like they want to run a marathon to like tick it off the bucket list, which is fine. But I can tell that she like really respects that distance and know like, hey, things can happen. I need to make sure I control the variables that I can control, do the strength training to take care of my body, fuel my body properly so I can make the runs, you know, as best as they are. So yeah, I just really, really love her buy-in and I am super excited to work with her and the rest of that semi group.
Good job, Laura Yang.
Laura
I think anyone who runs a marathon is admirable.
Thank you.
Except for Isaac. Just kidding. Because like I can't even, no, I'm not running for that long. Half is good enough. Yeah. But then I do really love seeing the running and the strength because
Me too.
I think more people maybe because, you know, you have a big run community and we're getting more of them in the gym, but just seeing and hearing how much the strength training improves your running. So when runners can take their strength as serious as their runs, that's really cool.
Yeah, absolutely.
I love that. Okay, so my shout out is Jim Carter. I had him in PT today and he said something that surprised me. Well, he was like, oh, I have a birthday really close to you. His is the 14th, mine's the 15th. And he told me he's turning 70.
Actually?
Yeah. I'm like, what? I'm like, yeah. He's like, it's because he's like, are you doing anything for yours? And I was like, oh, I don't know yet, you know, this and that. What about you? He goes, or I asked him if he was a big birthday person. He goes, oh, you know, not really, but it's a 70, so it's a big one for me. I was like, pardon?
And he wasn't, that's real?
Yeah.
Wow.
I know.
I would not have guessed that.
Me neither. And I said, Jim, I would have never guessed that you were 70.
Yeah.
And I just love seeing everyone work out, obviously, but the older demographic continue to show up and build the strength. It is so important. And I asked him, like, before here, like, have you been working out? And he worked at MedPoint for, I think, 9 years before. So let's say 60, which is, again, admirable for someone to start strength training at that age. Like, it can be hard to get into. It can be intimidating, and it might feel harder because you haven't done it your whole life. And I just love seeing older people take care of themselves like that.
Yeah.
Because, and Jim and I were talking, and he said, you know, a lot of his friends walk and stuff, which we're not going to knock walking because it is great. But the bone density, health, and muscle being your ticket to longevity, strength training is the way to go.
Yeah.
And I was just like, wow, that's amazing.
Wow.
Because it's sad that most people, when you think of 70 and you were to paint a picture of that person, you're not thinking Tom or Jim, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're thinking Walker.
100%.
Kind of.
How old's your dad?
67.
Okay.
And he's going to be great at 70.
Oh,
but like, yeah, it's just, they are not average, but they should be. You know, that should be the average is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I just love seeing older people work out.
Yeah.
And like seeing him push hard and like know that he's lifting to his potential or like, it's just great. And I think that's awesome. And I couldn't believe he was 70. So I want to shout him out for working so hard and just setting a great example for people that think it's too late for them.
I can't.
It's not.
I can't believe he's 70.
I know.
That's crazy.
Yep.
So last week we were talking about how I want to ask people what your voice is in their head. Another one that comes to mind is like, I would love to ask the Toms, your dads, the Jims of the world, like, what would they tell their 30-year-old or 20-year-old self when it comes to health and fitness? Mm-hmm. Because when I talk with those people, the focuses that they have now are so like, yeah, that should be what I'm focusing on, but like, whatever. I want to do bicep curls.
Yeah.
But like I know for Jim, one thing he's really working on was balance. Did you guys do that today?
No, but you worked with him last week or something, didn't you? Yeah.
Yeah. So we were doing like single leg balance stuff, proprioception
Yeah,
stuff.
I do that with some of my clients. It's
And
one of
like-
the first things to go as you get older.
Exactly. So he's like, yeah, this is one thing I want to focus on. And I'm like, I think we take a lot of that stuff for granted. And it's important that like we still work it.
Yeah.
So even like Laura, for example, last week we were doing calf raises into a single leg calf hold, single leg balance. And she's like, oh my gosh, like this is really good. Like it's so important. So it's like, if you can make it kind of fun,
Yeah.
maybe we're more likely to train it.
Yeah, a couple things on that. When you said focus, Jim told me what one of his friends told him a few years ago, who I think is a little bit older than him, that he kind of lives by or go by 3 things to do daily. Move your body, spend time with family and friends, people that you love, and eat good food. And I was like, yes.
That's all it is.
Simple things in life that are going to have you live longer and feel better and feel fulfilled and just enjoy every day.
Yeah.
And that's so important. Luke and I have talked about that a lot lately, just like admiring older people in our life that we see that can, squat and press and run and swim. And it's really inspiring. And it's funny how your views and goals shift. But this is like the most important stuff.
Yeah.
And then one other thing I wanted to say about, making it fun is with my ladies group, I'm doing it about every 4 weeks. We do I call it like our athletes workout or our plyometrics. Because unless you're training, when was the last time someone did a broad jump, single leg jump, did like pogos, something like that? And if you don't do it, you lose it. That is true when it comes to movement. So everyone gets from like, all right, ladies, we're going to train like that athlete that you are, that inner athlete, the athlete that you don't think you are, to show you that you are capable, you can jump, you should jump, and do all these things that we wouldn't normally do.
Yeah.
And they love the workouts. It's really fun. And it just like has people feeling like capable, like, okay, like we don't need to do a long jump for 8 feet, but like practice a broad jump and explosive work. That stuff is so important as we get older. So I love integrating that into the workouts.
Yeah. Yeah. Just last thing for the older individuals, putting into perspective, like what we should focus on. It's funny how that changes as we age too, though. Cause and I know this is definitely true for you and Luke, but I think for me, like when I was younger, I'm like, I just want to move to California and live there. And then you get married, you have kids. Not saying that's the only way to go, but I'm like, man, I just want to be near family. Like I have zero desire to ever move away completely and live in Portugal unless my entire family went. Like, cause to me, that is so much more important. I'd love the ability to go to those places for a while, but like in terms of my home base, I want to be near my family. Where my kids go, like I want to be near my kids when they grow up. Like that to me is so important. And you don't really realize that until you're a little older.
I agree. I've always known that I want to be close to my family. I've lived out in BC for almost 10 years. And I always knew I was going to come back.
Yeah.
And people are like, oh, once you go out, you don't come back. And some people don't.
Yep.
But I was like, nope, I will. But now it's like a place where we can plan to go to. And, we have people out there we know and some families so we can visit. But like, I want to be where my family is. I couldn't personally. Not everyone's like that. And that's fine. But I just can't imagine bringing up our kids away from family.
I agree.
And friends. So.
Anything else? Whew.
No, I think that's it.
This is our long one.
Yeah, we knew it though.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Okay. Thank you for the idea.
Yeah.
It was a good one.
Okay. Again, if you guys have any ideas, controversial topics, questions, things you want us to chat about, we love it. Or else we just brainstorm on our own.
Exactly.
It's still fun.
Which is still good.
Yep.
I think we have a topic for next time.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah. Okay, bye.
Okay, bye.